Welcome to Pentagon 2000's presentation of Auto Purchasing Module. The Auto Purchasing Module enables automatic creation of parts and material requisitions or purchase orders based upon stock levels and recommended vendors. To utilize the module, you must first configure the parts master record of the affected parts. Within the parts master record, stock levels are identified on the Stock tab. To enable auto purchasing for a particular part number, modify the auto purchasing settings on the Cost tab. If material requisition is selected, it is not necessary to identify the recommended vendor. However, if purchase order is selected, identification of the recommended vendor is required. You will also need to identify the stock level up to which stock should be requested or purchased. For material requisitions, the system will compare the to sell value on the Stock tab to the stock level that you selected on the Cost tab. In this example, we chose the optimal quantity stock level. If the to sell value is less than the selected stock level, then a material requisition will be created in order to increase stock to the appropriate stock level. In this example, we need to request 55 each in order to have the optimal quantity in stock. Your purchasing personnel will be able to process these requisitions just as any other. An internal email will be sent to the user identified as responsible on the Cost tab. If no user is identified, then the email will be sent to the user responsible for the inventory category to which the part number belongs. The inventory category responsibility is managed from within the administration menu. For purchase orders, the system will use the same logic, but will also consider the minimum order quantity identified for the recommended vendor. If the difference between the to sell value and the selected stock level is less than the minimum order quantity, then the part will not be ordered. The system will create a single purchase order for each recommended vendor from which parts are being ordered. Each part number will appear as a separate line on that single purchase order. An email will be sent using the same logic as the material requisition. A copy of that email will also be sent to the user identified as Buyer 1 on the vendor file. Once the part master records have been configured properly, a server task must be created. From the server and tasks setup, we will add a scheduled task. Identify when and how often the task should run, then select the correct item from the drop-down menu. In this example, we will select the option for material requisitions. The task will appear in the Scheduled Tasks grid. If material requisitions are created for some part numbers, and purchase orders are created for other part numbers, then two separate scheduled tasks must be created. When the task is run, The auto purchasing module will create the appropriate material requisitions and purchase orders. In addition, emails for both material requisitions and purchase orders will be sent to the appropriate users. If stock controls are managed at the warehouse level, you may identify stock levels by warehouse in the Parts Master record. Within the quantity limits per warehouse window, a line is created for each warehouse. The task setup is slightly different when using warehouse stock levels. Left-click the Advanced Options button and mark the flag to use warehouse stock levels. When warehouse stock limit tasks run, the system will compare the available quantity in each warehouse to the stock level within the warehouse limits. Then, material requisitions or purchase orders will be created accordingly.